Today we're going to be making a Southwest Chipotle chicken using Reynolds Wrap aluminum foil. To start off, preheat your oven to 450 Fahrenheit or 230 Celsius. So we're adding a 400 gram tin of black beans that's been drained and the beans have been washed. I'm just adding them into the bowl. We're going to add the sweet corn, which is 130 grams. It's frozen and it will defrost in the oven. So I'm just putting that in too. 85 grams of the tomatoes. These are just whole tomatoes, whole grape tomatoes. And the onion, which is half an onion, chopped into 1/2-inch pieces. And I'm just adding that in too. And the last thing is 180 milliliters of the chipotle marinade, and that's just getting poured over the top, really nice and smells smoky and delicious. So now we're just gonna stir everything together, and I'm gonna add in also a pinch of salt and pepper to season it. Now that everything's mixed up, we're going to grab the foil and line the tray, but don't forget, keep some of the chipotle marinade to the side because we're gonna coat it over the chicken before it goes in the oven. So I've grabbed the baking tray and we're gonna line it with the foil. The great thing about Reynolds foil is that it has an easy tear edge, so you can easily cut the foil to size. So I'm just gonna rip this and place it with the non-stick side facing up in the base of the tray. And we're also gonna place a piece of foil over the top, and that's really gonna lock in the moisture during the cooking process. So when you're done with the foil, there's also these little insert tabs on the side so that the lid stays in place when you put it away. So I'm just gonna pop that to the side, and now we're gonna scoop over our chipotle veg mixture into the bottom of the baking tray. So I'm just gonna spoon this in and place everything into the tray. So now that we have spread all of the beautiful vegetables on the base of the baking tray over the foil, we're gonna add 4 boneless chicken breasts over the top, and we're just placing them gently on top of all the veggies, really nicely in the middle of the tray if possible. And then we're going to take about 4 tablespoons of the chipotle marinade, which is what we saved, and brush it. And then we're gonna season as well with salt and pepper. So I'm just brushing this over really gently, about 4 tablespoons. Pepper over the top, season it. You can do as much or as little as you like. If you like it peppery, go for it. And then I'm just gonna add the salt as well. So that just covers all 4 of the chicken breasts. So the next thing that you need to do, which is the last step before this beautiful plate of vegetables and chicken goes in the oven, is to take the foil, a bigger sheet, tear that off, and we're just going to gently place it over the top and make sure that you seal all of the edges so that the moisture stays in while this is in the oven. It's gonna be really juicy and delicious when we take it out, and that is all sealed and ready to go. So the food is ready. The timer went off, so it's gonna be really hot, so be careful. But you basically just need to lift the foil and wow. Oh my gosh, it looks delicious. I'm so excited to plate this up, but I mean, minimal mess. All you need to do now is take the foil and pop it in the bin. Before we plate everything up, we're just gonna make the chipotle dressing, which is using 120 milliliters of sour cream and 60 milliliters of the chipotle. We're gonna just pour it in and stir that together. And that makes our dressing that's gonna go over the top of the dish. So I've just cut up the chicken to plate it up really nicely and make it look a little more presentable than just putting the whole piece of chicken. You can serve it however you like, and because it's just Josh and I that are gonna be eating this, we're gonna have 2 or 3 of the chicken breasts, and we're gonna save 1 as leftovers. So let's get plating. I'm just scooping the veg onto the plate from the foil, and it smells delicious, let me tell you. Now I'm just going to add the chicken. So I'm just placing some of the slices really nicely sitting over the veg so we can pick our slices. If you're doing it plate by plate, you can totally do the whole piece of chicken because everyone can cut the slices for themselves. And now that this is completely plated up, we're gonna save the rest for leftovers, and then all I have to do is take the foil off of the baking tray and put it in the bin. Simple as that, super easy cleanup. So now that everything's plated up, we're gonna add on the garnishes. We have diced avocado, lime wedges, spring onion, crushed tortilla, which is one of my favorite things to put over the top, but you don't have to. It just adds like a little extra crunch, totally optional. Then we're gonna add on the chipotle dressing that we made with sour cream and the chipotle marinade and pour it over the top. So let's add everything in. I'm gonna start with the avocado and just add that all over. I really love avocado, so I did a whole avocado over this. Some of the chopped spring onion. I love spring onion too, actually. I pretty much love, most of these are my faves, and I would add them on to any dish. We can add the lime wedges onto the side, and then when you serve it, you can squeeze them over the top. I'm just placing 4 on the side, and then I'm gonna go in with the dressing. So you can either use a spoon, or I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this over the top. And then my favorite part, which is crushing the tortilla chips. So just grab them and crush them up. It's kind of satisfying. Okay, so that is the dish done. We made the Southwest Chipotle chicken using the Reynolds Classic Foil.